Hey everyone, welcome to today's recap of America's Next Top Model. So last time, Lexi was eliminated, and Anne got the top photo again. But you know what? She's not letting it get to her head, which is nice. But Chelsea is freaking out because she's like, I'm old, this is my last chance to model. So poor Chelsea. Alright, tire mail, ding dong, that was it. And everyone was like, should we get the door? No, you shouldn't, because when the doorbell rings, you should not answer it. Um, but at the door, there were these CoverGirl kits with makeup, and the girls read the little letter that came with it and found out they're going to be working in teams. Um, it was 3 teams of 3. I don't know how. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Never mind. Okay, so team 1 was Anne, Kendall, and Jane. Team 2 was Casey, Kayla, and Esther. And team 3 was Liz, Chris, and Chelsea. So Anne's sandwich picture made another appearance, which was exciting. Just love that picture. But anyway, because this episode focused a lot on like Anne and her shyness, but we'll get there. So Nigel Barker was at Walmart where the girls met up with him, and he told them that their challenge this week was to interact and engage with the public. So the winner of this challenge would get a shopping spree in the CoverGirl aisle. So for the challenge, the girls, they had this little tent set up, and there were 3 stations, and each team had a station. So the public went to each table and listened to their presentation about the 2 products. One was like this smoky eye kit, and the other one was mascara, I believe. But then I thought they had other products too. I don't know. They said there were only 2, but maybe each team was only doing 2. Okay, so Derek Blasberg, a fashion journalist, was going around and judging the girls, and I don't know if his opinion actually had any like impact on the final result. But anyway, just an overall view of how the teams were. Team 1 was really quiet. Team 2 was really loud. But then Team 3 was just Chris. Chris was very overbearing. But anyway, after the challenge, Nigel interviewed the crowd for their comments and just a couple of highlights. Anne was really quiet. She actually had the lowest score because they had to score everyone too. Kayla was pretty good. Casey was great. She actually got the highest score. And Chris was really overpowering. So when all the scores were added up, Team 2 was the winner. So they got to go on the CoverGirl, what's that called? Shopping spree. Ah! And they had to each create their own CoverGirl look. And Esther had the best look as judged by Nigel, so she won an additional $1,000 gift card from Walmart. So the next Tyra Mail, tomorrow will be no walk of shame, but rather a walk of fame. Now I know this rhymes, and if you change it, it wouldn't, but that is bad grammar. I learned you don't put but and rather together. It's not right. Okay, so the photo shoot was on Rodeo Drive, and Mr. J. Manuel was there, and the photographer was none other than Patrick Demarchelier. I don't speak French. Okay, so the stylist was Lori Goldstein, and for this photo shoot, the girls were working in teams again. This time, it was 2 girls and 1 male model, and except for one group, and they had to be captured in motion. So Tyra was also there to watch, and then after they did the group shots, they also had individual shots. So, let's talk about Judges panel. Judges this week, Nigel Barker, Andre Leontali, and Patrick Demarchelier. So, first up, Liz and Kendall were paired together, and Kendall really stood out in this shot. And then in the individual shots, Kendall looked like a gazelle. I think Andre said that before. Liz looked really cheesy, like the face that she was making. She was just like it looked like she was making fun of what they were doing. Esther and Kayla were up next. Kayla had this like really sad look in the photo because she said her shoes were too tight. Guess what? Like 80% of the time, your shoes are not going to fit, so you better get used to it. And Esther really stood out in this photo. So Esther also had a really good individual photo. I think she's like the dark horse of this competition. She's really been stepping it up lately. Um, and Kayla looked like Kate Moss's best friend, like leaving from lunch or something. I guess. Jane and Casey were up next, and Jane was the star of this photo, and her individual photo was really good too. She has been stepping it up because, like, I think last week she was in the bottom two, and they were like, who are you? Like, we need to find out who you are because we don't know. But I think she really proved something this week. Casey, she was just like not even showing her face, so they couldn't like get any personality from that. Like her body looked fine, but like we want some face. Um, Anne and Chelsea were up next. Chelsea was freaking out because obviously Anne has had the top photo every week, so it's tough to go up against her. And of course, Anne looked great as usual. This was actually the judges' favorite shot out of all of them because they both brought something to the shot. And Anne's individual picture was crazy. Like this girl, she just stands there and it's like amazing. And Chelsea, her photo looked really like sweet and charming. So next up was Chris. She actually had a little different setup. It was just her and the male model. So it was more like a romantic thing. I thought her shot was adorable. And I think Tyra really nailed it when she said it was like Teen Vogue. I could definitely see her photos being in Teen Vogue. And her individual shot, it was a little too smiley. I think she should have cranked down the smile volume a little bit. Um, and then when the judges were deliberating, they brought out these beauty shots of the girls too. And if you guys don't know, a beauty shot is just like here. So those were cool to see. Let's just talk about top and bottom. So the top photo this week, it was Anne, as usual. The bottom two, Kayla and Casey. And this doesn't happen very often, but this week, Tyra's like explanation for why they were in the bottom two was the same for both girls. Both of them seemed really disconnected and they weren't focusing during the photo shoot. So Casey was eliminated this week, which is too bad because she didn't get along with a lot of people in the house and she was kind of bitchy, but I was starting to like her a little bit more, so naturally she was eliminated. And that's it for this week. So until next time, much love.